This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Wild Alaskan Company. Healthy, affordable, convenient fish right to your door. Get $15 off with code WILD15.
NordVPN, our premier VPN provider. Get advanced security, internet freedom, complete privacy. Save 58% off the one-year plan with code STRONG1.
Liquid Web, one of the top hosting providers around. Save $49 off all VPS plans with code BINGO49. Tire Buyer, get tires shipped to an installer of your choice. Get 7% off $400 with code MMANUTS7. Defense Soap, the world's best soap for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and MMA athletes. Use code MMANUTS for 15% off. Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 467.
467.
My name is Ingo Weigel.
Matt Groth on my show. By my fans, for my fans, walk the line between serious.
Sorry, I'm late.
And ridiculous.
It's the quarantine delay. I'm a little underslept.
What's going on?
I'm stressed, man. Stressed anxious,
out.
worried,
Why?
concerned.
Watch this. I'll work out.
Oh,
So I did
I
that.
feel better.
No, I should do it to you. I'll work out.
I'm no longer stressed and anxious, concerned.
Not to worry, my friend.
Seriously though, the world is gone mad slightly with this whole virus situation. It seems like it's coming to a head
Dun, dun, dun,
shortly, literally.
Corona.
And we implore you to, stay safe. Maybe my prediction is in about 9 months from now, we're going to see a lot of babies.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. And some houses, other houses, there's no baby making going on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But here's the weird thing, since we're in Illinois, fucking all the kids are home from school. I think that's nationwide now, but at least my kids are in high school and they're doing work from home, schoolwork from home. They're all set up with their iPads and shit. And the weird thing is they're not getting grades for any of the work they're doing. So, what are we doing? Why are we wasting time on homework then?
Yeah, these are weird times. Unprecedented things happening. Things that we have no playbook for. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if the schools even have a clue what they're trying to do. They're just guessing.
Yeah, because they're probably trying to figure out, how do we get funding? And you have to be in school X amount of days, and do these days count? I'm like, well, I think if there's a national emergency, you can fucking do whatever you want. There's probably some in perpetuity literature that says you can do whatever fuck you want once a national emergency's been issued.
Perhaps yes, perhaps no. I had something to say that was going to be prophetic, but I forgot. So,
It'll all work out.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, we will survive this, yeah?
Yeah.
Now your beer looks a little red all of a sudden.
It's, that one's got danger written all over it.
But, I guess,
What?
all right. I mean,
What do you guess?
I don't even know where we should start because there's so much that happened.
Well,
Let me just say this.
What do you want to say?
Okay, there's a quote this week that I thought was quote of the week to sum it all up.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, and this one was as it's loading. Here we go. By Brett Okamoto, talking about UFC 249.
Yeah.
Habib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson. Says the history of Habib and Tony in one tweet: an injured rib, blood in lungs, tiramisu, a cord cable, a global pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
That about sums it up because the UFC has canceled a few events. They just said they finally decided, thankfully, to cancel a couple of events. It was like the last sport hanging on for dear life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, we are not going to see that fight. That's happening in late April or May, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot to unpack, so I'm trying to think where to go. I want to go with, so I'll push UFC Brazil over here. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
With no fans.
I kind of skipped over that. Sorry.
Trying to think in my head. So, okay, we're talking UFC 249.
Sure.
I probably want to take a step back from that and talk about, let's just talk the fights in general, like what's happening, right? So we had the last sport in town, the UFC. Dana White just said, you know what, we're going to try to make the fights happen. They made the fights in Brazil happen with no crowd. And that was, I think that was the last sporting event.
It was.
Could have been, right?
I think so. And it was weird because you could hear an echo in the crowd. I mean, the non-crowd. You could hear the echo. You could hear the corner. I felt like you could hear the punches more. Everything had more, percussion to it. It was more raw. But I don't know. I didn't really necessarily miss the crowd.
No, because I didn't hear, woo, Woo! And Mick Maynard, who's the UFC matchmaker, tweeted this one out. This is pre the UFC Brazil card. He says, I'm going to take on the responsibility of being every fan tonight. I will be leading the chants, woo! Yell to kick him in the nuts! Stand him up! Whistle at the Octagon girls, and of course chant, vai morrer, or whatever the saying is in Brazil, like kill that fucker or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I wanted to hear, give him the old dick twist! Twist his dick! Or put him in the body bag, Johnny! You know, shit. Kick
his ass!
Hit him with a purse, you pussy! And then Bisping was interviewing one of the fighters after his fight, and he's like, let's make some noise for whatever fighter. And he says that to the empty arena. And I'm going to post this one regardless of what the UFC has to say, but the UFC tweeted this out and they fucking edited it fucking beautifully. So hopefully I can get this all fucking going here.
And Renato Moicano sounds good to me. Make some noise. Renato Moicano.
They edited Mick Maynard then doing his woos, so at least they had a fucking sense of humor about all this, but
it's hard to like keep that energy going when there isn't that live crowd there.
Yeah, I thought they did a decent job, right?
Yeah,
like the announcers, like you gotta carry a certain level of energy. It's probably not 3 Monster energy drinks per fight, but maybe 1.
Yeah,
you know, enough to keep the excitement going. And obviously, Bisping confused.
He lost his mic, folks. It popped right off.
No.
Virus! Corona!
That's what happens when bodies start
The
slapping.
coronavirus is just...
It'll all work out. And or not. But anyway, so main event.
Well...
Charles Oliveira, Kevin Lee.
I feel like Oliveira took a lot of punishment in those two rounds? Three? Two and a half, whatever it was.
He was getting...
He got pieced up a little bit. He started off pretty quick with those kicks, right? But Lee was kind of getting him pretty solid, and I felt the boxing. He was working him with the boxing.
I thought Oliveira was doing pretty good with the stand-up.
You think so? I don't know.
He got hit.
I think he got hit a little bit more than I'm used to seeing him get hit.
But it didn't seem to affect him, though. No. It seemed the striking affected Lee more, and then... You know, we get the scrambles on the ground, right? And you don't want to be on the ground with Oliveira, who has like the most submission wins in UFC history.
Dangerous.
And probably the most varied types of submissions too. So he's on the ground, he's fucking trying to omoplata and trying this and that, and then third round ends up with the guillotine, taps Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee doesn't think he taps and keeps trying to wrestle fuck Oliveira. And the ref's going, I think it was Beltran. It's like, you fucking tapped. Look at the goddamn video, son.
Yeah. I think he was out.
Yeah.
And when he came to, he didn't realize that it happened. I think it was like a reflex. People give him a lot of shit for that, but I don't know. I feel like he was unconscious, and he came to, and he's like, "What?"
It's muscle memory. We've seen Brendan Schaub being knocked out by I think Ben Rothwell and trying to pull him in the guard. I'm like, that's just your muscle memory, right?
You feel like, I don't know, watching Oliveira, I almost feel like it's kind of a passing of the guard. Like he's become my new favorite jiu-jitsu guy from like Demian. Like he makes it look so easy. He's
smooth,
very fluid and just gets guys in situations that are dangerous, but he makes it look like it's child's play. Just like Demian does, you know? Pretty exciting. And he's a young guy, and he's got really fun stand-up. So, I mean...
Yeah, he's not shy to get punched, right?
No.
It's almost Gaethje-like in his approach.
I like the new white hair. It's kind of a different look for him.
Yeah, and it looked like he borrowed Bruce Buffer's jacket. There's a picture of him wearing that fucking Svengali, I'm going to hypnotize you and possibly touch your anus.
All right.
Like, okay, that's fine. And I want to mention Kevin Lee missed weight, so fuck him, but whatever. And he's contemplating life and if he wants to consider fighting again.
That makes sense. Might take a couple years off, he says.
Probably. Well, it may be, the world may take a couple years off, but who knows?
You never know.
And then Demian Maia.
Yeah.
Was it Gilbert Burns?
That was a tough one. You know, Damian's looking slower and slower in the stand-up. I think the jiu-jitsu's still there, but that striking is just...
Another guy had a lot of power.
Yeah, and he caught him with that hook right on the button. A little like, what do you call that? Inside hook, baby hook, whatever. It was like kind of like
It was crisp.
right there.
And then he was nice enough not to go hog wild on
Yeah.
it. He's like, is the ref going to stop it? Give him a couple of taps.
He's like, no, keep going. He's like, all right, I'll give him a couple more.
Yeah. Fuck, really? You know.
Yeah. But.
And then Maia says he wants to fight either Cowboy Cerrone
Or
Diego Sanchez next. Because the next fight is his last fight. So if those are your choices, who would you like him to fight next?
I'm wondering what will be more fun. Probably Diego will be more fun.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with whatever version of Diego we have right now. I'm not sure what he is.
Bloodletting, he's going to be like sacrificing chicken.
Yeah,
and all that.
but I feel both of those guys would be nice to each other in that fight. Like, and hopefully, you think about scrambles, and Diego was always legendary scrambles with that guy. Maybe not so much right now because a weird fucking Svengali coach, but to play a touch butt in the ocean or park. I think he baptized him too. But yeah, I think that's the right fight for him. Then you had that Johnny Walker versus Nikita Krylov, and Walker just got manhandled for 3 rounds. So even training at TriStar did not help him. I think his issue was he's really good at fighting for 1 minute in the first round, and then if it goes past that,
Done.
This is new. This is a new world to me. I don't understand this world yet. So
Yeah.
he's still got to work on his game. So okay, now let's go back to the coronavirus.
All right.
So
Backtracking.
a little bit. So initially, the UFC was going down this path of, hey, I know what the rest of the world is doing. We're going to do our own thing over here. We're going to keep putting on events. We're going to fucking pull all the fights to the Apex Center in Nevada and run them all through there. And then the Nevada State Athletic Commission said, whoa, we're not having any combat events for the next 30 days, son. So then apparently the UFC was looking at Indian reservations and or casinos, and I want to say Dave Meltzer said they had one, and it may be one of the places that Bellator used to fight at, and I don't remember if it was Oklahoma or somewhere way off the beaten path, like Pet Cemetery off the beaten path, but they were trying to put it there, and then I think it was the MMA media. Remember what they did with steroids? When they were crying so much, like, this is egregious, you guys gotta do something about the steroid problem, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I almost unfollowed so many of these fucking pussy-ass bitches that are consider themselves MMA media because they're just trying to kill the one sport that's left in town. And I may follow to a different tune because I want, 1, my fighters to get paid, and 2, I want them to bleed for my entertainment. And I don't know.
And transmit coronavirus to each other.
Well, I think you could be safe about it.
How?
Fucking run that shit on a boat in the middle of international waters. Put a fucking octagon. I saw gangs in New York. They did that shit on a dock.
But those people go home to they go home again.
Fucking test everybody then.
And make them stay on there for 2 weeks?
Whatever. I don't care. We need fights. Make fights happen. I don't know.
They'll come back. Middle April, late April. I think we're going to see, hopefully, by May, fights again. But
So what's your opinion on that? Do you think the UFC should be holding fights right now, or should they be like every other sport in the world and miss this huge opportunity to make all this money and gain fans?
Well, I think the potential backlash is too great of a risk. You have everyone in the whole country and the whole world working together to like try to stop this crazy ass virus, and they're going to be the one thing that's not. You think Trump loves them, right?
And so Dana White's buddies with Trump.
You think Trump is going to be like, okay, like what do you can't be doing that. Like,
they should do it in a fucking Trump hotel, or maybe Trump has a big yacht. You put a fucking octagon on that, and I'm gonna up the ante. Pride rules.
Well,
Pride rules
the
event.
problem is people fly in and they're from all over the world.
No, but you're not doing it in front of fans.
But
You're
those
just doing
people
fighters.
couldn't be in. What if one of the fighters is infected and infects
Well, that's
all
why
the
you
rest?
test everybody pre-fight.
And if you have corona, the fight's off?
Yeah.
That's dangerous. Probably a lot of fights get called off.
Maybe. I don't know. But I feel like we need to have a sport, and it seems like, and I think some of the fighters are even saying, this is probably the safest sport to do it in.
Video games.
You
is
just
gonna
have two
take over.
guys.
It's going to be that.
I know.
Twitch
It's
is going to win.
unfortunate.
You're gonna have League of Legends fucking becoming like the sport of the virus, because you can play it remotely.
Yeah, but I was hoping I was so happy that the UFC was trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
And at least they got that last one in. But fuck, man.
Yeah, I like if you guys go online and look up Dana's message to his employees, I'm surprised it was well written. Did you read it?
Yeah, because someone wrote it for
I
him.
think, I don't know if he actually wrote it, but it was well written. It had a sense of like, it's going to be all right. You're the fucking best, and we're going to get through this. And it made me feel good about it. But at the same time, it's like, we may not see the UFC until July, August, September. I mean, all this shit could be shut down for like 3-4 months.
Well, here's the thing then. How are these fighters going to get paid? Because what are they going to do? Because I was reading Heather Heat Hardy, I think she does personal training. So she can't fight. She can't do personal training because gyms are closed. So how the fuck does she get paid for the next, well, I got an idea for the ladies.
Okay.
It's called Cam Girl. I don't know what that means, but I feel like you could be a cam girl and get paid.
Wow.
I might pay some lady, like a hot female MMA fighter.
I bet you would.
I got some money.
I bet you would pay.
I'd probably pay, I don't know, $20.
I'd be like,
would you like to see
Matt,
that fresh?
what is this charge on the business card for $3,000 to Cam
I
Girl?
would never pay that kind of money.
The cyborg.
I always
Cam
talk
Girl.
them down and go, they want 20, I give you 15 because that's all I got.
Okay.
Do you think that was worth $20?
Maybe.
No, of course it's not. Here's 15 and be
Look,
happy.
I think what's happening is everyone's pretending the worst case scenario is happening. We're going to shut down forever. But I think in reality, it's not going to be as bad as we think.
Okay, but for 2 months, how do these people get paid? You're a fighter.
I think
and you had gone through your training
continues
camp.
to pay them.
Bellator did. Bellator paid out. Bellator canceled the day of their fight.
Yes,
they were supposed to fight on a Friday, and they canceled that
Bellator
day.
241 got.
And the UFC said, "Fuck everybody, we're doing this." I appreciate that.
Seems somewhat irresponsible.
Huh? I think
there were way more than 10 people in the audience between all the employees.
They were they were at least 3 feet apart from each other. I have no problem.
They were
with
not.
any
If
of
you
this.
watch the broadcast, they were sitting much closer than
That's
we were.
fine.
Even.
That's totally fine.
They were like on top of each other.
They self-quarantined after that. I think
I'm
McMaynard said he's doing 2 weeks at home now. I'm okay. I just want
Should
fights.
we self-quarantine?
It doesn't matter. I'm not afraid.
You can come over.
If I get the HIV, I get the HIV. This is what it is. If it was meant to be, it's meant to be.
Crazy.
We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Everyone will be all right. So then the next question is, with all these fighters, how are they going to stay in shape if all the MMA gyms are shutting down?
Good question. They're gonna run outside, old school methods, Rocky
But
style.
you need people to train with. So
Yeah.
are you going to grapple with people? Are you going to spar? Or is
can't.
it just going to be you in a home gym?
Yeah.
Or going to the fucking meat locker like Rocky?
Uh
Can I come in and punch your beef?
huh. Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a porn.
I know.
Can I come in and punch your beef curtain?
It's hard to say. I think the whole thing is going to be a mess. All the sports are not. I think NBA's done for the year. March Madness got canceled.
I think they have the most players that are infected. I think
Yeah.
they have like 4 now.
It's probably more than that even. So
Yeah.
NHL is talking about trying to do something late in the summer maybe.
Are you gonna go roller hockey outside?
I don't know. They're trying to. I just read about it a minute ago, talking about some kind of weird tournament in the summer.
I'll break my rollerblades out. I'll get in the game. You need some scab players. I'm coming out of retirement.
Yeah, but nobody really knows. I mean, this thing could wash through, as our president says, really quickly.
Flow like a river.
Or it could go
Like a
till
river of
next,
AIDS.
December. We could be dealing with this shit at Christmas time.
My conservative estimate, I think it's June. We'll be all right. But now that leads us, like, what happens to the future cards? I like this suggestion. This is the Do Bronx trader. He said, just cancel all the UFC events for the next month. Then when it's all safe, do all the fights in one day. Call it the UFC Purge or something. 24 hours of nonstop violence. Just fucking fighting. Could you imagine? Like, all the fights that we're going to do, they're all on one fucking card now.
That'd be great.
Holy shit.
What would they charge for that?
I don't care. Whatever. You can charge whatever. $100. I'm paying. 100 seems fair.
Okay.
And then back to your question about the UFC 249, like what is going to happen with that?
Canceled.
Brett Okamoto tweeted, he said Dana White was talking about that. He said, whatever it takes, no crowd, probably not even in the United States, this fight is going to happen. And I guess the rumor...
April 18th. That's like
well, they may move
from
the
now.
date, but those guys are in a fight. But he was talking about they may just go and fight in Dubai.
What does that have to do with anything?
That they'll pay for it, and it may just... And even if it's a one-off, like maybe they just do that fight and don't bring anybody else.
Just the two guys in their camps?
Yeah.
That's an idea. What's to say that neither one of them didn't get the coronavirus?
Nothing. You're so concerned about this.
I'm
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I guess I just don't give a fuck. I want to be entertained. Maybe I'm back to the Roman era, where I'm just in that big coliseum and fighters go out and 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Maybe it's Thunderdome shit for me. I don't know.
I'm just worried, man. I feel like the world is coming to an end.
But I feel like fighters are elite athletes. They should have pretty good immune systems.
But they cut weight and stuff. And
I know.
Always like,
but I think that's on a fighter. It seemed like a lot of fighters were asked the question, like, do you want to fight? I think it's a fighter's choice. If he wants to fight, let the guy fight. Like, what if you really need to get paid, right?
good point.
I need that $500,000 or whatever. If I'm a main event fighter, fuck, $3 million. Khabib, what does he make?
Millions.
Right.
Yeah.
May need that money. Some of these people may need it. So I don't want to take away their earning power if they want to take the chance. I think it's a chance, right?
It always has a chance.
And if the fatality rate isn't that high for your age group, take a shot. If I'm that guy, I'm taking the shot.
Probably.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to fight.
Yeah.
I'm ready to bleed.
I see your point.
Just bleed, ego. Just bleed. No?
Maybe.
You're no. That's fine. Do you have some Tony Ferguson training footage?
Oh, yeah. Tony Ferguson. And do you have this, by the way? Do you need me to
I
send
got
this to
it.
you? His training footage is very unusual. He's got like this strange throwing like some kind of weird pad around and jumping on it.
You look like a bookshelf.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
a
know.
leather bookshelf. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, where's the video? See.
I have it. I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
okay.
about, but we'll post it up while we're
Do you think
talking.
it was a joke?
No, because you've seen how he trains. And I think people were saying Tony Ferguson is the type of guy that would get the coronavirus just so he could fight it. You know, that kind of shit. Like, that doesn't surprise me. So he's willing. Everyone wants to fight. Let him fight. And did you see what Joanna Jędrzejczyk's face looked post-fight? Like a few days after the fight?
Was it bad? She had surgery on it, didn't
I'll
she?
let you be the judge of that.
Oh, good God.
So I'm, you know what? I'm finding her looking hotter and hotter. She almost looks like a burnt match.
Her fucking face is blue. Wow.
That shit's hot.
Her chest and everything. She really bruises pretty good, huh?
It's like a zombie sunburn.
That's crazy.
I find her more attractive now
I've never seen anything like that.
in the
Is
past.
that just her body is that way or something?
Well, I think all that inflammation had to go somewhere, right? So if all that blood is pouring out, you have a face bruise, basically.
Wow. And a chest bruise. Her chest is all bruised.
Yeah,
up.
so all that blood must have just leaked down.
Wow. That looks pretty bad.
But it stopped at the titty area.
Because they're fake titties.
Yeah.
Solid.
I don't know. Looks hotter now. See what Tim Kennedy said about Jon Jones?
No.
He was talking about him. He said he often smelled like weed and booze when they trained together.
Okay.
And I was just wondering, what if John said that Tim Kennedy often smelled like cock and balls? Is that a fair assessment to say?
Maybe. If it's true.
But like, what? Why? What are you gaining from this? What are you trying to prove right now?
I don't know. Trying to discredit the guy for some reason. Why? I don't know.
Well, he's a former training partner.
You trying to pick a fight or something?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, he said he would get owned all the time, but on the days that John came in reeking of booze and weed, he still didn't have a chance, but he said he would push harder in the 4th and 5th round because he wouldn't get his ass kicked as bad, but he still got his ass kicked. And who cares what the guy does, right? I think his point was he would sweat it out and he would stink. Kind of like when you eat a lot of garlic and you fucking sweat it out.
Yeah, that's me. I eat lots of garlic, especially right now. I mean, a lot of vegetables and garlic and spices.
And ass.
And ass. Always ass.
That's good. It keeps the E. coli going. Or clean.
Ebola?
Right.
Ebola?
Yeah, one of them.
All of them. Both.
Keeps you safe. That's what we're trying to say. Got any other?
I do.
news?
You see Ronda Rousey?
No.
She has her little... she's posting the apocalyptic preparation.
Oh, we're probably getting banned.
You think so?
Where is this posted? Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, she's showing off her stock? That's never a good idea, because you know where people will come when they know you have everything.
Oh, no. No, we don't need any veggies. What about fruit? Are we good on fruit? I think we're good on fruit. Water?
Her and Travis.
I don't think we need any water.
They're just...
Eggs.
have eggs too. We got everything.
How about big black cocks?
What about cock? We're
Do you have
missing
that?
cock. We need cock. I'll email this to you. But
that.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like her and Travis have like bunkered up in some weird.
Well, they have their own farm, so they're pretty safe. But I mean, everybody should have had a stockpile of shit. I've got enough shit to last me for I don't know how many months.
You have
I'm
enough
good.
Zevia for like a year.
I know. No. I'd buy it in bulk when it's on sale. What am I gonna
There's
do?
a lot of Zevia in there.
But I mean, you think about all the frozen meats I have in my house, and I have a stockpile of like oatmeals and rices and pastas and shit that doesn't expire. So when all this stuff happens, okay, guns, bullets, whatever.
You have
Got
guns.
it
I
all.
need guns. I need to go out and
Well,
buy
did
some
you
guns.
see people are making a run on guns and ammo right now? They're getting scared. Like, you don't have to be worried.
I don't think you need guns and ammo. I'll kill a motherfucker with my bare hands.
That's
man.
right. You know what's up. You snap a bitch's neck. Or snap him like a toothpick.
Kill that first guy with your bare hands. Everybody else be like, whoa.
Yeah, and the biggest guy.
I don't
Go
want to
after
fuck
the
with that
biggest
guy. He's crazy.
That's right. Or you strip naked and run at everybody and start coughing.
With a heart on.
Yeah. They don't know what to do. Like, what
Come
the fuck? And wear black socks. Because then you're super crazy. Like, what the fuck? That guy doesn't wear white socks when he cuts his grass. He wears black socks. That guy's fucking mental. That's like my neighbor. Wears black socks. I'm like, he doesn't give a fuck. Look at him. He's not even that old. He's maybe 10 years older than me. But what the hell,
That's where
man?
you're headed, Matt.
Black socks? I only wear those when I'm being fancy. I wear white socks all the time.
Okay. Like right now.
Right. 'Cause I'm fashion.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. So let's do chick pick of the week goes to Valerie Loretta. She's a Bellator fighter. And apparently likes to hang out on the beach.
Whoa.
She's got good assets.
Mm-hmm. 2 of them.
And that is contender for fighter picture of the year right there.
Pretty solid.
I don't know if it can be beaten.
Not gonna lie. It's early though, Matt.
It's true.
And we're in the midst of a pandemic. So you
Yeah, I don't know how many more ass shots we're going to
Could
see
be a lot.
because ladies aren't going to be able to go to the gym and bodies are going to be declining or getting juicier. It depends which way you want to go.
Both.
Yes.
Declining
depends.
and juicier.
Right. It'll all work out. And then tweet of the week will go to Marshall Mine 1 on Twitter. He says EA is petty for this one. Love it though. And he's playing the UFC video game, and you have CM Punk, and you look at his shit. It says former pro wrestler, has had 2 fights in career, has lost 2 fights in career. Thanks, you dicks. You could have left that one out. You know, whatever. I don't know. Any other
Nope.
stuff?
I'm
All right.
good.
We can get a sip. Do a little ask the nuts. And I think I sprinkled in all the questions I wanted to ask earlier.
Sprinkle some crack on it.
Yes. Do we answer what's happening with UFC 249? You think it's canceled? I think
it'll
it's
be canceled.
happening on a boat. I think
it'll
it'd be on a motherfucking boat.
That shit ain't going down, Matt. If it was May 18th, I would say yes.
Well, they can always shift it a couple weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm sure everything is going to get...
Yeah.
Because when shit needs to get... That's the next problem is what happens when everything comes back into effect? Because you got to think of the scheduling nightmare, because if you have a venue everything's probably planned out for the whole year. And now, okay, well, here comes basketball, here comes hockey, here comes comedians, here comes this. Everything got canceled needs to get rescheduled. So they may be fucking fighting at colleges or like venues that aren't typical because everything's booked, right? Like, it's going to get crazy. So, Ask the Nuts, Rodrigo Machado, close it out. It's time. Pound sign, Nuts Rule. Pound sign, Matt Rape Train. Pound sign, Ingo Sugar Daddy. Once again, I want to ask you some existential and philosophical questions. Number 1, is there an absolute way to attain a happy state of mind?
No.
No. Does living your life for others make your life have meaning?
It can. Sometimes. But it's good to live for yourself.
That's right. Go ahead.
Not selfishly, but, have purpose.
What? Do knowledge and understanding make you content and happy as a person?
No.
Fair enough. I love your answers. I'm not even gonna follow up. I'll just let you go. Yes, no, maybe.
It's a sign of the times, man. I don't have a lot of words to share at the moment. So to wash your hands, I'll tell you that.
Do you want to read the MMA Nuts
Why
Show?
not?
'Cause I want to sit over here and drink.
Okay. I'll take my
So
glasses off.
you could scroll a little bit. It goes down like
Holy
another
shit.
2. So enjoy.
I think he's just getting lazy. These are getting longer. He's like, I don't want to read this shit.
No,
All
I
right.
want to keep you more involved.
MMA Nuts Show,
Yeah, I'm
season
really
number
thirsty.
2, episode 1, The Wild Hunt, part dose. The episode starts with Matt and Ingo outside of their house after bedding their women.
Okay.
Plural.
I like to bet them.
Matt is cutting wood by simply tearing apart with his hands,
Nice.
while Ingo's gathering herbs from our
His
plantation
herb garden.
with rapid speed.
His weed.
Suddenly arrives to our house the chivalrous knight Stephen Thompson with a letter from the Queen of Nazagov requesting you guys our presence on the court. We begrudgingly decide to go to the capital Zon. We say goodbye to our sorcerers, hop on our horses, and head on. While we're traveling, Matt comments, I can't believe we have to deal with that cunt. To Ingo, who replies, I don't like it either, Matt, but until we can find a way to get out of this place, we have to play nice. Matt replies, I get it. Still, fuck that cunt. That's totally something that he would say. When you guys arrive in Zon, people look strangely at... Oh, shit. Hold on. Technical difficulties. I do not...
touch the screen.
Oh.
Or the other way.
Other way. Oh, hey now.
Yeah.
People look strangely at us as they find us kind of weird.
What?
As we arrive at the castle, there is Queen of Nazagov, our arch nemesis, Angela White. He said, look for a hot picture.
Yeah, I've missed that one.
Uh,
I will post it though.
She lets out an evil laugh. Yours is better. Okay. And says, well, hello, fuckboys. It's good to know what you guys are still alive. Matt replies, the feeling is not mutual.
Ooh. I'm all
Ingo
tense.
says, what you want, cunt? It sounds like those should be reversed. Three of us know that the only reason you married the king was so you could get the throne after the mysteriously
Forget the bone.
died. Angela says, while arranging her Angela says, while she's arranging her almost completely naked self, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I love that man. As she fakes tears, she continues, that being said, you all work for me now, and guess what? You are now part of the Wild Hunt, my newest group of mercenaries to end the monsters around Nazagov. After saying that, out comes from the door 5 people. He said, this time I need you guys to select 5 current MMA fighters, male or female, to be part of the Wild Hunt. They are going to be your crew, so have fun picking.
I might just pick all ladies. Valerie Lorena.
What is it?
That chick that we just saw
That was a
earlier.
good one.
She's in.
Okay, we're going to go with
But that's like a pick one to fuck.
Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano,
Cyborg.
Cyborg, sure. And then one more.
Paige Van Zandt.
Okay, done.
Done. In, out, done.
Yeah.
But it's all lady crew. We do a lot of fucking, a lot of fighting,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of scissoring. More
It's
scissoring.
going to be one big orgy. It's going to
Yeah,
be great.
it's whatever.
I mean,
It'll all work out.
Or it won't.
It won't. Fuck, Marry, Kill, Celebrity Edition number 82, Adult Adventures number 18. First, we start with Aidra Fox.
That's nice.
Doing work with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bailey Brooke.
Oh, wow. She's young. These are young girls.
And then Cheryl Jewell.
Oh, yeah. I'm marrying Cheryl Jewell. I'm going to marry her. She looks dirty. Why do I know her? What's she?
I don't know. Cherry Jewel. Sorry. I'm killing her. I am fucking Bailey and marrying
The brunette.
Miss Fox.
All right.
Which one are you?
I'm going to marry the last one and fuck the one in the middle.
All right, fair enough.
Perfect. And outdone.
Knowledge. You got any knowledge for the week?
Yeah, there's that new movie with Mark Wahlberg on Netflix, Spencer Confidential.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty good. I think you would like it. It's an action film. Cowboy Cerrone's in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple MMA guys in it, and it's very action oriented, and the plot is like typical action film, cop, some kind of bad cop, good cop, cops
Like a
killing
Lethal
cops
Weapon.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Like 48 hours.
Yeah. So it's been done a few times, but the story's good. And I was reading about Wahlberg was making some comments. He's like, I'm trying to do like a scene with Donald Cowboy Cerrone. He's like, I'm a big fan, whatever. And he's like, this motherfucker is like actually kicking me. I'm like, what the fuck? Because there's a couple scenes where they're fighting,
Right.
and then Cowboy's like having a hard time apparently figuring out how to like do the whole Hollywood thing.
Well, that was my point about think about when CM Punk tried to come to MMA. I was like, he has that fucking fake shit in his background. He's gonna have a hard time to translate. So this is the exact opposite of a Cowboy doesn't know how to pull a punch. He's like, I throw kicks, bitch. You take them.
Yeah, and from looking at it, like I just got done watching Rocky 1 again over the weekend.
Uh-huh.
Way fake fighting, right?
Yeah.
It's not even hitting the guys, but this was like, it looked like Cowboy was, some body shots. It's not pleasant, I don't think.
Good.
So,
fuck that guy.
but there's a lot of action in it. I think if you guys need something fun to do while you're stuck at home, that's a good one. So
Cool.
Spencer Confidential, it's called, on Netflix.
And then I also saw that, since all these movie theaters are getting shut down, what's going to happen now is some of the studios are going to stream the movies so that you can watch them from home for $20, and it starts this weekend. So The Hunt, you'll be able to watch Friday from the courtesy of your home for $20, streaming it online. And I'm in. I'm going to watch that movie.
What's that about?
That's the one where the people are hunting humans.
Oh, okay.
It looked pretty cool.
$20, huh?
Yeah, that's really fair.
What kind of service? Yeah, it is.
I don't know who's hosting it, but you would have to imagine Amazon's probably involved, like if it's a streaming service, and somewhere where you can rent or buy. I don't know if it's going to be an on-demand thing, but for $20 for current release, because I know a lot of the movies, like the James Bond movie was supposed to get released. That one got pushed to, I think, November. There was the Mulan live-action one. That one got pushed. So I hope
There's another Marvel movie too. Isn't Black Widow, right?
Yeah, that probably is getting pushed. But some of the movies, if it's not going to be a huge movie, like they may still do decent. Because would you rather have 0 sales or some sales? Like that's the point.
Well, one of the things that might come out of this, and it could be good or it could be bad, is that a lot of industries could be shaken up by what's happening right now, because it's going to cause like this evolving of online thing. And even like in the counseling world, there's a lot of telehealth that's happening right now. And, people might get used to this idea. If this goes on for a couple months and we get kind of like a couple of tastes of watching a movie like at home that's new, and it's only $20, and it's not $20 per person plus like the $100 in concessions.
Oh, this icy is $27.50, and my fucking kid wants it. And you're not gonna deny your kid shit or
$300 to go to a movie.
$72 popcorn. Yeah, or like a sporting event, right? Yeah. Like you go to a sporting event. God damn, if you try to go to a Blackhawks game, 3 people, $500 easy, easy, and that's not even with like great seats. It's like okay seats, but
yeah.
Hopefully this streaming thing takes off, because I really like that idea. $20 is such a fair price too
for a movie. It's like a rental.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Instead of owning, and you get they said you'll have 48 hours where you can watch it in. So
that's cool. I think that's fair.
I want to test it out. So I will this weekend. I'm gonna watch The Hunt one way or another.
Yeah.
Try not to be high. I can't promise anything. I said I'm gonna try.
Hey now.
So under knowledge, Barstool Sports posted this tweet. It said strip clubs never miss a solid marketing opportunity. It says coronavirus free lap dances. Apparently, I don't know where the titty bar is because I cut the picture off. But my question is, are they HIV free? And how do you know they're coronavirus free? I don't want to be. I'm not even that big of a fan of lap dances, let alone a coronavirus-free lap dance.
What about if the last guy had coronavirus?
Right. I don't understand how that industry is even still open.
They probably,
you know what I'm saying?
It should be shut down by the health
like,
department.
I feel like fighting in the UFC, like running UFC events, is safer than having fucking lap dances. Can we agree on that?
Right? Oh, for sure.
Okay. Because I feel like there's STDs and other stuff. You just don't want to be close to anybody, and it'd be nice if this fucking thing would open today, Junior. I'm just gonna keep clicking on this and go.
Is it working?
No. I gotta click on it. So I will leave it with something that Max Holloway put out. It's kind of lengthy, but I think it sums up the whole week pretty effectively for fighters and humans going forward. So Max Holloway tweets it out. It's a picture of his son washing his hands. He said, I don't think there's a doc out there who would say, and he uses a technical term, but I'm going to call it coronavirus is more dangerous than fighting for a living. I'm not afraid of it, to be honest. It's like the flu, but 10 times more deadly. So what? I put myself in more danger every day. So for everybody else who feels that way, I agree. But I also learned it's not about me. I can carry it. I can have no symptoms like Donovan Mitchell. Then I can give it to my grandma. Maybe she doesn't beat it. Then what? All my UFC title belts ain't going to make me tough enough to deal with that responsibility. Hawaii doesn't have that many beds. If just a few hundred elderly need to be in ICU for treatment, then what? What happens then when Sista Mukai gets in a car accident and ICU is already full? I don't know. Nobody does, and we don't want to find out. This isn't about most of us who could get it and beat it. It's about the people who won't beat it. So we got to make sure we do our part to protect them. Take the social distancing seriously.
Totally.
We're so in it. Pretend you already have it. Distance yourself and protect others and yourself. It's like wearing a body condom. And I know the government says prepare but don't panic. That's basically screams panic.
Yeah.
I get it. But none of us need 48 rolls of toilet paper. So if you know someone who may need supplies, we need to help them and share. But also remember, we could already have it and not know, so be very careful. And if you see me in the store, smile, point to the ground if you want a banga. But we don't need to take photos. Most people who go to the store in normal times probably only interact with one or two strangers. When I go anywhere, I have hundreds of interactions. A lot of people come up to me. I'm a magnet for viruses. It's not good for your loved one's health for you to interact with me now.
Yeah.
I promise when this is all over, my team will do meet and greets so everyone who wants a photo or autograph can get one. So don't worry, you will not be missing your chance. This isn't practice, this is a fight. You guys know me. I love to take fights into deep waters. This isn't one we want to take into deep waters. The quicker we can slow the spread, the quicker we can get back to normal. So I think that sums it up pretty fucking effectively, efficiently, coming from a UFC champion. Pretty sweet. I don't know what else to say.
All his wits about him still. That's good.
Yeah. Like, that was debatable at times. Like, is he on the Chuck Liddell plan of NyQuil and doing it?
Sounds all there, right there.
Yeah. And that sounds like he wrote it.
Made valid points.
You know? I feel like we'll get past it.
We're going to get past it. It's just a matter of when, how, and with how many casualties.
True.
Hopefully not too many.
Yeah. And hopefully the government will step up a little more and say, we're gonna give you 10 grand a month for the next 3 months.
Okay.
Let's up the ante, bitches. Don't take us down. Almost said a racist
I think
term.
you should just delete all of our taxes.
Fine! I'd be even better with that. I owe a lot of money this year.
Like, you don't owe tax.
It'd take a big weight off of one of my shoulders. There's still this other weight, but
Tax-free 2020.
do it. Ingo Weigold for president,
Yeah!
2020.
I can't be
Hey,
president. I was
sure.
not born here.
You're running independently then.
Okay.
Why not? You can't be president?
I am not a crook.
You're not a crook.
I will reduce your taxes to 0.
Thank you. You're hired. You get the job.
Could you imagine?
I don't need a 70-whatever-year-old. I want one Ingo Weigold for
I'll be
president.
standing on the podium in these times in 2 years, and I'll be smoking a joint and be like,
Whacking
I don't know
off.
what the fuck to do.
With a reverse grip. Real aggressive. Real
I'm high as
aggressive.
fuck right now. I ain't catching this shit. You guys have
I got a team, bitches.
I don't know.
You could speak better than Donald Trump because we were just talking
definitely
about that. Fucking A, man. The guy cannot speak to save his life.
It's bad.
Like, here's words on a piece of paper. Maybe he can't see and he's just too proud to wear sunglasses.
Could be.
Or regular glasses. He's not too proud. He's the kind of guy that wears glasses inside. I'm for sure of it.
He always
the
wears
dark.
a hat and stuff, too. It's pretty interesting.
I'm saying. What are you saying, man?
Well, you have hair,
Why,
no
reason?
hair by choice.
Right.
And you're wearing a hat because it's bright in here.
See, that was wrong to take it off. Now it's right.
Yeah. It's going to be okay, people. Hang in
It'll
there.
all work out.
We'll be back.
We'll be back next week,
No
hopefully.
matter what happens, unless one of us dies, we're going to keep doing the show.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. If you got any ideas of what we should talk about or cover, I was thinking about playing some UFC game. We're going to figure something out. Because I know, like, the betting websites are very confused right now because there's no sports. So they're actually allowing bets to be placed on the weather.
Whoa.
Like, we're taking bets on the weather now. And I saw, who the fuck? Someone posted marble racing, like some guy on a beach, like on a hill, cut like this huge 2-minute track with marbles, poured a bunch of marbles in, and then was calling it like a horse race.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to get weird, man. We got to get weird. This shit's getting weird. I played so many sports over the weekend. I mean, that's the kind of cool thing with having your kids home from school. One daughter's like, let's just go outside and play a bunch of sports. I'm like, cool, what are we doing? We did badminton, we did soccer, we did baseball. She's fucking smashing home runs. I'm pitching tennis balls. I'm like, no, we just lost that one. We just lost that one. And so she's like, do you want to hit one? I'm like, if you're fucking crushing home runs over my fence, I'm fucking gonna hit them like 2 blocks. Like, literally just let you feed them to you.
Yeah.
Played basketball, we played hockey. We're fucking getting every single sport in. So it's pretty awesome from that standpoint.
Yeah.
You gotta get weird. Gotta come up with some new sports, you know? Maybe we'll start breaking shit again.
Okay.
I don't know.
What is it called? Smash Suit.
Yeah.
Suit Smash.
Ugh. Anyway, we only got a little cancer from that show, but that's it. Stay safe, kids. Be smart. Isolate or don't.
Wash your hands. This has been this week's edition of MMANUTS.
Eat
My
ass.
name's Ingo Weigold.
Matt Griffith, thanks for playing.